Hi there, my name is Renee. I live in Michigan, and today I want to talk to parents. Parents who have children, could be one child, could be many, but parents get kind of lost in the hustle and bustle of life, whether it's working a job or trying to maintain the house, raise all the kids, keep the schedule straight. I totally get it. I have 4 kids myself. Mine are older now. They are 23, 20, and my twins are 17. So I've definitely had some experience with the variety of personalities and variety of methods that tend to work for each kid. So the one thing I want to say is that parents, kids need our guidance. They need someone there to just offer advice, to listen, to offer help if needed. They don't have anyone else. You are their first and best teacher in life, and they're looking for any kind of assistance to get to adulthood, basically. Now, as far as needing that guidance, they're not going to ask for it. Most kids don't have that emotional maturity to ask that question, but they are going to exhibit behaviors that are almost attention-seeking in a way. So even though they don't ask for help, they need the help. Okay, just know they need that help as they grow up. It could be as an 8-year-old, it could be as a 16-year-old, could be as a 23-year-old, like I have. So now the weird thing about this is that sometimes it creates this weird situation in us that almost makes us examine our own life as adults. So parents, you might feel like, let's give this advice and that advice, but in your own life, you're not practicing the words that you're preaching. So it almost causes us to level up in a way for our kids so that we can show the example that we would prefer that they follow maybe. Could be, hard work in your life. It could be having a job you actually like. It could be having the day-to-day lifestyle that you actually want, like working from home or working in the office. There's such a variety now of jobs that we need to be the reflection of what we're trying to preach to our kids. So it causes us to level up or to feel like we need to level up and kind of practice what we preach a bit better. And, although school is influential in kids' lives, friends are influential, family, teachers, yes, those all have an influence. It takes a village to raise a child. It really does. And the more good influences in their life, the better. But we as parents, like I said, are their first and best teachers. They look to us ultimately the most to provide that example, that stability, that guidance, and really that encouragement to follow their path, because their path may not look like what we want it to look like, but it's their path. And sometimes they make mistakes and come back around to a new path, and that's fine. You have to try things to eliminate things. You can't just take a guess what my perfect life will be like and fulfill that immediately. That's not how reality works. Trial and error is a huge part of finding what is meaningful to us as we become an adult. So what I do recommend is just a couple steps to get started in creating that vision for our kids and that kind of just support system for them is just start talking to them every day. Put aside maybe 10-15 minutes a day to talk to each child. Could be right after school, could be in the morning if they're not rushing around like a crazy person, could be in the evening when they're getting ready for bed. But find some time just to get used to having a conversation with them. And so that trust is built up, that rapport, that easiness and flow of conversation. Just ask general questions at first, and then maybe every conversation ask 2 or 3 a little more specific questions or detailed questions or serious questions. Depending on their age, just kind of go with the flow, do what feels right to you. But building that trust and that camaraderie and that back and forth conversation is vital for them to share more important things about themselves and be vulnerable with you. So a few specific questions a night is good. Keep it non-judgmental. I know a lot of parents think they know best, and I always thought this too, but really we know a lot, but we don't always know best. We're still human, we're imperfect. Keep it as non-judgmental as you can. If they say something you don't agree with, either stay quiet or, you can always present other arguments to go along with their side and their justification. You can look at it from a multitude of ways. Like, I can see where you think that, but there's also another side that sees it another way. How do you feel about that? What feels right about it, what doesn't? So try not to... Sorry about that, my lovely dog. But keep it not as non-judgmental as you can. Just offer, viewpoints, opinions that are, neutral as possible. Maybe examples from your life that you've seen of ways that things have or have not worked out. And that's the last piece of advice is share your experience. Like, they don't know you as well as you think they might. They don't know your history. They don't know what you went through as a child. They don't know the mistakes you've made or the successes you've had. Like, I feel like our kids have a general idea of us, but really we never talk to them enough for them to know and see us as a human that had all the same experiences as them pretty much. So the more you can share examples of your life, what your family members did, what your friends did growing up. It could be just people that, you saw in this video, this guy did this and oh my gosh, look how it turned out. Like, there's so many ways that we can show how things either do or don't work out for our best life, that we should be able to share things that we've seen that can help guide them in ways. We don't want to redo the wheel, remake the wheel. We want to learn from the past people who've been successful or not successful, learn their lessons so that way we can make better choices in the future. So share examples you've seen from your life, from people's lives that you know personally, and from just general public where, whether you were growing up and saw it or as an adult. So I think mentorship is super important. So it could be a family mentor, it could be you, it could be somebody else, but providing those examples and that guidance for kids is vital for them. They feel lost a lot of times, and I feel like we're losing a lot of kids by not showing them that they're important and that their opinions are important, but that reality is also important. You have to deal with reality. So that's all. Good luck with conversations that you have. Good luck with being the first and best teacher, and keep raising those kids. That's what we're here for. All right, bye-bye.